Going through a separation, wow, it's one of the toughest things life can throw at you. And when you've got a shared home in the mix, it adds this whole other layer of complexity. It's not just about money, it's emotional. So today, we're going to break down how to handle this incredibly sensitive process and turn what could be a huge point of conflict into a clear path forward.
I mean, that's the big question, right? How do you take one of your largest shared assets, something filled with memories, and figure out how to divide it fairly when emotions are running so high? It's a heavy question, for sure, but finding the right process is absolutely key.
And this is so crucial. You can't just slap a for sale sign on the lawn and treat it like any other transaction. It just won't work. This whole process lives at the crossroads of legal stuff, financial realities, and of course, very real human feelings. It really demands a special kind of approach that respects all three of those things.
So, what are we talking about here? What does this specialized approach actually look like? Well, it all starts with having a truly neutral expert in your corner, someone who can be a steady hand to guide the process fairly for both of you.
And you can really see the difference laid out here. A typical sale, yeah, that's often driven by excitement, by emotion. But in a divorce sale, you have to shift the focus. It has to be about data, about objectivity. That's how you make sure the outcome is fair and protects everyone's financial and legal rights.
This quote from the folks at Kirby Chan & Co. really just hits the nail on the head. When you anchor every decision in hard market data, you take all the emotional guesswork out of the equation. This isn't about one person winning. It's about two people working to protect their financial futures.
Think of this neutral expert as the calm center of the storm. They're there to protect the process itself. They make sure all the communication is fair and balanced, they coordinate with both of your legal teams, and their one and only goal is getting a strong, fair market price for the home. It's a structure that's built to create confidence right when you need it the most.
Okay, so let's get practical. How does this all actually work? We're going to walk through a really clear, structured roadmap that's designed to take the stress and the guesswork out of the entire thing.
This 6-step process is honestly a brilliant framework. It kicks off with private consultations just to hear everyone out and understand what's needed. Now, step 2 is a huge one, a neutral home valuation. That means both of you start from the exact same fact-based number. From there, it moves to impartial marketing, totally transparent communication about any offers, and smart negotiation. And finally, and this is so important, step 6 is a coordinated closing with the lawyers, making sure the money gets distributed exactly how it's supposed to be according to your legal agreement.
Now that roadmap is great in theory, right? But we all know real life gets messy. There are always those what-if questions that pop up. So let's just dive in and tackle some of the most common ones.
This is a big one. It's a situation that can bring everything to a grinding halt if you're not careful. So what do you do when one person is ready to go and the other isn't?
This is where that neutrality is just so powerful. The expert doesn't take sides. Nope. Instead, they work with both legal teams to follow whatever process is outlined in the separation agreement or a court order. They make sure the sale keeps moving forward, but in a way that's fair and totally above board legally.
Look, you're going through something incredibly personal. The absolute last thing you want is for your private situation to become public gossip. So how is confidentiality protected?
It's all about discretion, period. Every piece of communication, every document is handled with the strictest confidentiality. Information is only shared with the people directly involved and their authorized legal teams. That's it, no one else.
And now for the bottom line, the question on everyone's mind. Once the house sells, where does all that money go? How does it actually get divided?
This is a critical point. The real estate professional does not decide this. That's not their job. The proceeds go to the lawyers, and they are the ones who distribute the funds strictly based on the terms of your separation agreement. This ensures a proper, fair, and legally binding outcome for everyone.
So as we start to bring this all together, the real goal of this whole process becomes crystal clear. It's about so much more than just selling a house. It's about setting the stage for whatever comes next for both of you.
So let's recap what this path to a fresh start really looks like. First, you need a specialist. Second, the entire process has to be built on a rock-solid foundation of neutrality. Having that clear, step-by-step roadmap is what dials down the stress and conflict. And at the end of the day, the goal is to protect the financial interests of both people so you can both genuinely move on.
And this is what it's all about, isn't it? Moving from the potential chaos and conflict to a clear path forward. It's about closing one chapter cleanly so you can start the next one with the financial clarity and confidence that you both absolutely deserve.
So I want to leave you with this one question to really think about. Because the way you choose to untangle your past has a direct impact on the foundation you're building for your future. And making sure that foundation is fair, well, that might be the most important investment you can make in yourself.